Yashodamandana ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवदीत्वमुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं। यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं। यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीपरमानन्दमाधवम्। हरे कृष्णा। Today we are reading from chapter 6, text number 41. Chapter 6, text number 41, page number 294 on the English Bhagavad Gita. So let's try to recite that. Please repeat after me. Prapya punya kritam lokan.
Prapya punya kritam lokan.
Prapya punya kritam lokan.
Prapya punya kritam lokan.
Ushitva shashvatihi samaha.
Ushitva shashvatihi samaha.
Ushitva shashvatihi samaha.
Ushitva shashvatihi samaha.
Shuchinam srimatam gehe.
Shuchinam srimatam gehe.
Shuchinam srimatam gehe.
Shuchinam srimatam gehe.
Yoga bhrashto bhijayate.
Yoga bhrashto abhijayate.
Yoga bhrashto bhijayate.
Yoga bhrashto abhijayate.
Prapya punya kritam lokan.
Prapya punya kritam lokan.
Ushitva shashvatihi samaha.
Ushitva shashvatihi samaha.
Shuchinam srimatam gehe.
Shuchinam srimatam gehe.
Yoga bhrashto bhijayate.
Yoga bhrashto abhijayate.
Prapya punya kritam lokan.
Prapya punya kritam lokan.
Ushitva shashvatihi samaha.
Ushitva shashvatihi samaha.
Shuchinam srimatam gehe.
Shuchinam srimatam gehe.
Yoga bhrashto abhijayate.
Yoga bhrashto abhijayate.
Anybody want to recite?
Prapya punya kritam lokan.
Prapya punya kritam lokan.
Ushitva shashvati samaha.
Ushitva shashvatihi samaha.
Shuchinam srimatam gehe.
Shuchinam srimatam gehe.
Yoga bhrashto abhijayate.
Yoga bhrashto abhijayate.
प्राप्य पुण्य कृताम लोकान
Prapya punya kritam lokan.
उन्निश्वता शाश्वती समा
Ushitva shashvatihi samaha.
रुचिनाम श्रीमंताम गेहे
Shuchinam srimatam gehe.
योग भ्रष्टो अभिजायते
Yoga bhrashto abhijayate.
Prapya punya kritam lokan.
Prapya punya kritam lokan.
Usitva shashvati samaha.
Ushitva shashvatihi samaha.
Shuchinam srimatam gehe.
Shuchinam srimatam gehe.
Yoga bhrashta abhijayate.
Yoga bhrashto abhijayate.
Prapya punya kritam lokan.
Prapya punya kritam lokan.
Ushitva shashvati samaha.
Ushitva shashvati samaha.
Shuchinam srimatam gehe.
Shuchinam srimatam gehe.
Yoga bhrashta abhijayate.
Yoga bhrashto abhijayate. Prapya punya kritam lokan. Ushitva shashvati samaha. Shuchinam srimatam gehe. Yoga bhrashto abhijayate.
प्राप्य पुण्य कृतां लोकान्
Prapya punya kritam lokan.
श्रीत्वां शाश्वती समः
Ushitva shashvati samaha.
शुचिनां श्रीमतां गेहे
Shuchinam srimatam gehe.
योग भ्रष्टो विजायते
Yoga bhrashto abhijayate.
By this time, how many of you have now remembered this sloka? Go ahead, Prabhu.
प्राप्य पुण्यम कृतं लोकान्
Prapya punya kritam lokan.
उषित्वा शाश्वती समाः
Ushitva shashvati samaha.
श्रीमतां गेहे
Shuchinam srimatam gehe.
योगभ्रष्टो विजायते
Yoga bhrashto abhijayate.
Anybody want to try? Go ahead, Mother.
प्राप्य पुण्य कृतां लोकान्
Prapya punya kritam lokan.
श्रीत्वां शाश्वती समः
Ushitva shashvati samaha.
शुचिनां श्रीमतां गेहे
Shuchinam srimatam gehe.
योग भ्रष्टो विजायते
योगभ्रष्टो विजायते.
Who want to try next? Good. No, without reading. No, go ahead, Prabhu.
प्राप्य पुण्यकृतां लोकान्
उषित्वा शाश्वती समाः
शुचीनां श्रीमतां गेहे
योगभ्रष्टो विजायते प्राप्य पुण्यकृतां लोकान् उषित्वा शाश्वती समाः शुचीनां श्रीमतां गेहे योगभ्रष्टो विजायते. By now you should be remembering this. Go ahead, Prabhu, give it a try.
I love to look.
Okay, no problem.
प्राप्य पुण्य कृतां लोकान्
प्राप्य पुण्यकृतां लोकान्
उषित्वा शाश्वती समाः
उषित्वा शाश्वती समाः
शुचीनां श्रीमतां गेहे
शुचीनां श्रीमतां गेहे
योगभ्रष्टोऽभिजायते
योगभ्रष्टो विजायते. Okay, let's look word by word meaning. Please repeat after me. Prapya, after achieving punya kritam of those who performed pious activities. Lokan, planets. Ushitva, after dwelling. Shashvatihi, many. Samaha, years. Shuchinam, of the pious. Shrimatam, of the prosperous. Gehe, in the house. Yoga Brashtaha, one who has fallen from the path of self-realization. Abhijayate, takes his birth. Please repeat the translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Please repeat the translation. The unsuccessful yogi, after many years of enjoyment on the planet of the pious living entities, is born into a family of righteous people, or into a family of rich aristocracy. We'll repeat one more time. The unsuccessful yogi, after many years of enjoyment on the planets of the pious living entities, is born into a family of righteous people, or into a family of rich aristocracy. Please listen to the purport. The unsuccessful yogis are divided into two classes. One is fallen after very little progress, and one is fallen after long practice of yoga. The yogi who falls after a short period of practice goes to the higher planets, where pious living entities are allowed to enter. After prolonged life there, one is sent back again to this planet to take birth in the family of a righteous Brahmana, Vaishnava, or of aristocratic merchants. The real purpose of yoga practice is to achieve the highest perfection of Krishna consciousness, as explained in the last verse of this chapter. But those who do not persevere to such an extent, and who fail because of material allurements, are allowed by the grace of the Lord to make full utilization of their material propensities. And after that, they are given opportunities to live prosperous lives in righteous or aristocratic families. Those who are born in such families may take advantage of the facilities and try to elevate themselves to full Krishna consciousness. Om Tat Sat. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapiyam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapatamalam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udapatamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahaganaragunathanvidam Tam Tasajidam Sadvedam Savadhudam Parijana Sahidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagananda Shri Vishakhanidamsya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namastute Taptakanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Once again, another beautiful Sunday, even though it's very cold outside. Yeah. So, again, thank you for coming and giving your wonderful association. Today we are reading from 6.42, the chapter titled Dhyana Yoga.
6.41.
Sorry, 6.41. I'm just looking at the other page. Thank you, Prabhu. 6.41. And the chapter titled Dhyana Yoga. So in this verse, Krishna is actually talking about the yogi who has fallen, Yoga Bhrashta. Because Arjuna asked the question, Krishna was telling the process of yoga, and at one point of time, it has become overwhelming to Arjuna. Arjuna was thinking like, okay, wait a minute. Now don't, bombard me. Exactly. Don't bombard me with so much of technicalities of this yoga, because you have to sit in a straight place, sit on a place, on a flat place where the kusha grass is there. You have to keep your, back straight. You have to keep your eyes on the nostrils, and you have to don't close completely, keep half closed, all these things. And then he was actually talking about how you have to keep the the internal mind, how to close all your indriyas and completely focus on your internal mind. All these things Arjuna was actually listening, and Arjuna was trying to compare, and then he's saying I'm actually standing at the middle of the war, right? As a matter of fact, it said that you can hear the shivering of the quiver. I mean, not the quiver, the thread. What do you call that? The bow's thread, right? It is the soldiers are ready to fight. It's just wanted to hear the sound, and they just at that moment, Krishna is saying Arjuna, let's go to tapasya. Right? Arjuna said come on, this is not practical, right? So in this age, it is difficult. So Arjuna obviously asked the question Krishna, tell me one thing. What happens if I fail? When I say I, means a person who is pursuing yoga. And that's when Krishna is actually giving one of the most lovable verses in the whole Bhagavad Gita. Why? Because the relationship between Arjuna and Krishna is very sweet, as we have discussed before. Pitambar Prabhu yesterday, last week, he was telling, at one point of time, in the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna and Arjuna were friends. Now the tables turned. That is the word Prabhu always used. The tables now turned, right? Arjuna is actually taking the shelter of Krishna. What is that shloka?
2.7.
Shishyasteham sadhimam tvam prapannam. Now I am actually become your disciple. Please take me as your, please instruct me. I'm actually becoming your disciples. Now there are no more friends. So, looking at the situation of Arjuna, Krishna is taking a position of a very lovable father, a lovable brother, a lovable guru. And that's what in the previous verse, Krishna is using a word, Tata. What is that? 40. Durgadim Tata Gachati. This Tata word is used in a very, when a person becomes very compassionate. Tata means, friend. Tata can be addressed as a brother. Tata can be even addressed to your son. Where you can find this word Tata is when Lakshmana was actually leaving for the 14 years of exile with Rama. So Lakshmana comes to his mother. What's the mother name of Lakshmana's mother? No, Sumitra. So he comes to Sumitra and asks, like, I want to go. I want your permission. Wherever my brother is going, I want to follow him. So give me the permission and blessing so that I can live. So there she tells a beautiful shloka saying, Ayodhyam Adavim Vidhi. No, what is the first verse? Ramam Dasharadham Vidhi. Mam Vidhi Janagatmaja. Ayodhyam Adavim Vidhi Gecha Tata Yatha Sukham. A mother, this is what Prabhupada actually says about this shloka, that this is the blessings of a mother. Normally a mother will say that, okay, don't go, you have to be with me, right? But here the mother is actually, understand the feeling of Lakshman being the greatest devotee of Lord Ramachandra. And she says, what is that? Ramam Dasharadham Vidhi. You consider Rama as Dasharatha. Mam Vidhi Janagatmaja. Who is Janagatmaja? Janaki. Janaki is Sita. Mam Vidhi. Consider I am as Sita. Consider Sita as your mother and Ram as your father. Ayodhyam Adavim Vidhi. Adavi means the forest. Consider forest as your Ayodhya. Gacha Tata Yatha Sugam. You happily go, my dear son. So that is now there is no missing of a father or a mother or Ayodhya or anything, right? Because everything is there with Lakshman. The father Rama is there, mother Sita is there, Ayodhya is still there, right? So you're not missing anything. And the blessings of the mother is also there. And that's when she is actually very nicely blesses Lakshman. Gacha Tata Yatha Sukham. You go very happily. And all the happiness will be with you. Right? And that was a very happy journey. Isn't that true, Prabhu? Was the 14 years of exile was a very happy trip? It was. Only that few years in the Lanka was terrible. Otherwise, they had a honeymoon. Have you ever heard Ram and Sita had a honeymoon trip? No. Ram is not actually a kind of a honeymoon person. Ram is like Maryada Purushottama, right? He has to be forced to honeymoon. So this 14 years of exile was a forced honeymoon. It is said in Ramayana that they were actually going through this forest, and then they were actually seeing these beautiful ashrams of these rishis. And in Ramayana it actually says like nice rivers were flowing, beautiful trees and beautiful flowers. And then Sita was actually saying, what a wonderful place it is. And then the main problem was Sita Devi was never having a private time with Lord Ram, right? Because Lord Ram was always into as a duty of a king. Now they got a wonderful opportunity. Anyway, getting deviated. So there, this word Tat is being used. So here also Krishna is our acharyas actually mentions about this thing. It actually shows. See, if you see Bhagavad Gita is a dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, right? And in the Bhagavad Gita, very through the pages of Bhagavad Gita, we can see the relationship. You can see the warmth of the relationship between Krishna and Arjuna, right? Certain questions Arjuna asks. Some at times Krishna chastises Arjuna, right? Chastise Arjuna, just like a elder brother is chastising his younger brother, or a guru is chastising his shishya, or a father is chastising his son, right? You are talking like a fool, right? What is that? It's actually saying,
these words
kutastva kashmalamitam, vishame samupasthidam, anari jushtam aswargyam, akirtikaram Arjuna. How can you say like this? You are an anarya, right? You're talking like a pandita, right? But you're a fool. Huh? somewhere in that second chapter, I cannot remember exactly, somewhere. So you are actually talking like a pandita, but you are a fool, right? And then Krishna says that, okay, do not worry, I will actually, so through the pages of Bhagavad Gita, we can see the thin line of the beautiful relationship between Arjuna and Krishna. How, as Prabhu is always saying, how the tables changed, how the relationship has changed now, right? And then how now they are actually getting into a very serious situation, and how Krishna is always protecting Arjuna. Always protecting Arjuna, right? And we have empty number of stories wherein we have seen Krishna was protecting Arjuna in all the throughout the Mahabharata, right? This Ashwadhama was killed, right, by Jayadratha. Is that Jayadratha? Jayadratha, right? And of course, it's killed by so many people, but the final, thing was done by Jayadratha. So Arjuna took a vow.
Abhimanyu, not Abhimanyu.
What did I say?
Abhimanyu, Ashwadhama.
Ashwadhama.
Abhimanyu.
Abhimanyu. He was killed by Jayadratha. So and Abhimanyu was Arjuna's son. And Arjuna was shaken. Arjuna as a warrior, he was completely shaken. And then Arjuna took a vow that tomorrow, before sunset, I will kill Jayadratha. Right? And then Arjuna left.
And if not, I will immolate myself.
If not, I will
Immolate.
put myself into the fire. Right? That was the thing. And that is a Kshatriya, Virya, right? That will happen. If I don't kill Jayadratha by tomorrow evening, I will kill myself. Arjuna left home and he was peacefully sleeping, right? And this Krishna was roaming around. Now it's become Krishna's problem, right? Krishna wanted to sort this out. Arjuna didn't even thought about there were 17 Akshagunis, right, Prabhu?
Yes.
17 Akshagunis. One Akshaguni is almost 6 lakh or 60 lakhs or something like that. Unbelievable number of soldiers, elephants, horses and all, right? Pandavas got 6 Akshagunis. Kauravas got 11 Akshagunis. So 17 Akshagunis total. So, and on the opposite side, it was Bhishma, it was Karna, it was Dronacharya, Kripacharya. All the great stalwarts are there.
Duryodhana.
Right? Duryodhana, of course, Duryodhana, right? Here it is Arjuna, of course, Krishna is useless guy. He is just a driver, right? He said Arjuna, I cannot do anything, right? And then of course Bhima cannot take bow and arrow, he is only mace fighting. So Bhima is a selective person. If somebody comes to Bhima, you know what, I don't know this thing. You come with this, I will fight with you. So he's a selective person, right? So Yudhishthira was obviously not into much of a fighting, right? Spear is still, again, it's a selective person, right? As a matter of fact, the only fighter in the whole Pandava is Arjuna, right? So then Arjuna was going, and then Arjuna was not at all thinking anything about it, how it's going to happen. Here on the side of Pandavas, it was extremely happy. They were celebrating. Kaurava side, right? On the Kaurava side, they were celebrating. And Arjuna, this guy, Duryodhana was actually making plans, right? He was actually saying we have this many Akshagunis. We will keep Jayadratha at the end of the Sena. So you have to cross through the Sena to reach the Jayadratha. And we all will make sure that he will never reach there. We will all make sure that we will never reach there. Right? Krishna knew that. And who are all Arjuna has to face? Bhishma Dev, of all the warriors, Bhishma Dev, Karna was there, right? Kripacharya was there, Dronacharya was there, all the great stalwarts, like they were called Maharathis, right? It's not Rathis, they were Maharathis. So Arjuna was actually, next day morning, Arjuna came all ready, full ready to fight. And Krishna asked, do you have any idea what you're going to do today? Do you have any plan? Arjuna said, no. I'm going to kill him, and if not, I'm going to enter to the fire. I'm sure that I'll kill him. Krishna said that, okay, that is all good. The enthusiasm is good. But have you ever thought about it? Right? Arjuna said, why should I think?
You are there.
Why should I think? You are there. So, no worries, right? So it's Krishna's, responsibility to protect the thing, and it is a beautiful thing, like how Arjuna was, fighting. See, the thing is, in Mahabharata it is said that when you start fighting, Arjuna is a number one fighter. As a Kshatriya, Virya was there, a valor is there. When you start fighting, Arjuna will forget about the goal. He gets into the spirit of fighting. He will try new weapons. He will try new things. He will not kill that person. He will try, he will go with that, that spirit of fighting, just to see, what is the next arrow he's going to try? I'm going to break this. Instead of breaking the person, he's trying to break the arrow, to see the spirit. So Arjuna get into the spirit of fighting with Bhishma Dev. And Krishna was, Arjuna, there is no time. Leave this playing with this thing and just, leave the Game of Thrones for play games, right? Let's get into the matter, really. So it is said that Krishna was actually not allowing Arjuna to fight. He took the Ratha and go to the next thing. He was going this way and this way and this way, avoiding these Maharathis, and then finally, never end. The sun was coming to an end. It is twilight, it is 7 o'clock. And Arjuna was not even midway. Arjuna was fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting, right? And then in between, I think this is the episode, in between a beautiful incident occurred. Arjuna's, these horses, right, become very tired because it's tirelessly fighting. One after the other, the horses cannot move anymore. So then Arjuna said, Krishna said the horses are tired. So then Arjuna created a mystical place wherein there is a lake, there is some nice grass and trees and shadow and everything. So Krishna went in and then gave a nice massage to the horses and everything. All this time the thing was mystically happening. And then they get into the fight, and finally Arjuna is nowhere. And there, almost like, Arjuna, Duryodhana was looking at the watch, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Today sunset is at 7 o'clock. So it is like 6:15, 6:30. Arjuna is fighting and fighting, and all the Maharathis made sure that they left everybody, and they were all focusing on Arjuna. So 1 versus millions. That was going on. And then Krishna said that, okay, this is not going to happen. I need to interfere. So then, the moment the sun set, it became dark. And then there was great celebration happened in the war field. In the war field, and then Arjuna and Duryodhana was laughing. He was laughing, and then Arjuna is dead. Arjuna is dead means Pandavas are done. Because without Arjuna, they cannot win the war. Then they called that, okay, the war is now finished, right? And then they were celebrating and celebrating and celebrating. And this guy, who? Jayadratha, from the back, now he came all the way to the front. And he was just saying look, I am here, right? Now you are done. You go to the fire now, right? You are not able to keep up your promise. You go to the fire, right? No. Actually, the sun, Krishna actually covered the sun. Yes, yes, yes. Krishna actually covered the sun. It is not that the sun set. Right before the sunset, Krishna actually invoked his Sudarshan and he covered the sun. And that's when it became dark. And that's when they were started celebrating. So this guy, out of all the people, he came to the front, right in front of Arjuna, just like that, standing, and he was celebrating. He was doing dancing and all in front of Arjuna. Right, Prabhu? As if he just wanted to celebrate, like Arjuna is now done. Now Krishna said, Arjuna, take your best of the best arrows, the sharpest of the sharp arrows, and be ready. And Arjuna said, what? You be ready. Arjuna took the best of his arrows. And he just keep it like that. And this guy is still dancing, thinking that Arjuna he cannot kill now, right? Because the sun is set. He's against the rules. And then Krishna took back the Sudarshan. And now it is bright day. And this guy is dancing and looking at the sun is not there. Right there I shoot at him. Right? So you have to see Krishna being extremely, protecting his devotees. Protecting his devotees. That is the whole Mahabharata war was fought for whom? Can you say?
For us.
Well, that is the extended understanding. But if you look from the Mahabharata, the whole Mahabharata war was fought for whom?
Draupadi.
For whom? Any answer?
I think for the future generations. With the lesson.
Established president.
Established are not true.
Basically, Draupadi was insulted.
For one person,
Draupadi.
that was Draupadi. Right? She was humiliated in front of everybody. And Draupadi was the greatest devotee. Draupadi and Arjuna, they were the best of the best buddies of Krishna. Best buddies of Krishna. Right? Both of them were great devotees of Lord Krishna. And that's what saying Arjuna of my friends, Arjuna is the topmost. Right? So that is the mood of Krishna. Doesn't matter whatever it happens, he will protect his devotees. So that is what he is saying, he's saying here, Durgadim Tata Gacchati. My dear son, my dear brother, don't worry. If a person is actually doing yoga, he will never ever face any kind of Durgadi. Durgadi means destruction or diminution or anything like that, right? He never. So what is Krishna is saying? If a person for any reason cannot complete his yoga practice, yoga process, right? What will happen to him? Krishna is saying Arjuna, do not worry. If a person is not able to finish the yoga process, do not have to worry because he will never ever get diminution. That is the basic understanding, and that's what Prabhu was mentioning last week. Now, in continuation with that, Krishna is saying to Arjuna, even if a person is actually doing it for a shorter time, right? So there are two kind of failures, right? What is the two kind of failures? One is a person who is practicing yoga for a shorter time. And another one is a person who is practicing yoga for a longer time, right? So here in the shloka number 41, Krishna is actually talking about the yogi who fails after shorter time, right? So Krishna is actually saying what happens, Prapya Punya Kridam Lokan. This person who is actually practicing the yoga for a shorter period of time, he will actually Prapya Punya Kritan Lokan, the lokas, the heavenly planets which is being attained by the Punya Kritas. Punya Kritas means people who do good activities, pious activities. What are the pious activities? Like Seva.
Association of devotees.
What Seva? Prasad?
Reading scriptures. Reading scriptures.
Reading scriptures, yes.
Association of devotees, chanting.
Chanting, yes. Chanting and all we cannot say as punya thing.
Maybe philanthropies.
Philanthropies, there you go. There you go.
Building hospitals.
Right. We actually, building hospitals,
Helping.
helping people, charity, social work, giving clothes to the people and all this kind of. These activities are called punya kritam, punya activities, pious activities, right? The ones which we discussed, like chanting, reading scriptures, and all are devotional service. This is above punya. That's called transcendental. Transcendental means above punya, right? So these punya kritams, the people who are actually doing these nice, good things or pious activities, they will attain these heavenly plans, right? People who are actually doing these yagyas, people doing the different kind of yagyas and yagas, they just wanted to, feed the poor. All these people will actually get the higher planetary systems, right? And there, it is said that they will actually go there, prapya punya kritam lokan, ushitva shashvati samaha, right? There they will actually enjoy. Shashvata means?
Long period.
Eternity. Actually, the Shashvata means, the actual meaning of the word Shashvata means eternity. But here, Shashvata is not eternity, longer time. The word Shashvata is being used to compare with, right? This, right? Sometimes we use that kind of a comparison. Right, in the Purusha Sukta, there is what's the first verse of Purusha Sukta? Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha. Sahasraksha Sahasrapad. What is that? Next one? Sabhumim Vishwado Bhutva Atyatashta Dashankulam. His, his qualities cannot be counted with the Dashangula. That means, Anguli means fingers. 10 fingers. Right? So it is said that, does that mean that, okay, if you have 20 fingers you can count? No. Right? So it is like, unlimited. So sometimes the word is used, Shashvatam, is used to say, longer period of time. Right? So here we have to understand that, there are higher planets also in this material world. Right? So this material world is actually created by Brahmadev, and he has created in such a way there are 14 planetary systems. Not 14 planets, 14 planetary systems, right? So this is Vedic cosmology. So you will get to know this knowledge from the Srimad Bhagavatam in detail. And also we can actually get these details in Puranas also, in different Puranas, in Vayu Purana and all these different things. Bhagavatam touches, just scratch the surface of this Vedic cosmology. Like people like Aryabhatta and all other great saints and sages, they have written very nicely in detail about the Vedic cosmology. Anyway, so there in the 17 planetary systems, there are 7 upper planets and 7 lower planets. Did I say 17?
14,
right?
14.
I have a problem nowadays. I need to eat almonds. My wife always says that you're having a memory problem. You have to eat almonds. I've been eating almonds since then. Nothing is changing. Only my money is going. Memory is not coming back. Anyway, so these 14 planetary systems are top 7 planetary systems and bottom 7 planetary systems. These top 7 planetary systems are, when I say, higher planetary systems which belong to the elite people, elite class. That means the people like who are doing the punya karmas, people who are sages, the Saptarishis and all, people who are actually, great saints, right? People who are actually doing the great yogis. All these people will actually go to the higher planetary systems, right? And there are 7 planetary systems below. And these are people who are not that so much elite. They are, what is that to be said? Basically demons and rakshasas and all, right? So non-elite people. There is also classification there. But the classification is based on the karma, not by any other thing, right? They become demons and demigods. So good people who are doing good karma, they will actually go upwards. Other people will actually go downwards. So the 17 is like, bhu, bhuva, suvaha. It's basically 14 is 7. 14 is basically converted into 3 categories. Bhuva is lower, bhuvaha is on the middle, and the suvaha on the upper. That's what the Gayatri is saying. Om bhu bhuva suvaha. That's Savitur Varenyam. So these all planetary systems, the 14 planetary systems, are being developed or being maintained by Lord Brahma. So when a person is actually doing good activities, pious activities, so he'll actually go to Swargaloka, one of the planetary systems. So basically it is called Bhu, Bhuva, Suva, Maha, Jana, Tapa and Swarga, and Satya, Brahmaloka, right? So 7 planetary systems upwards. So it is actually go to the Suva, that is Swargaloka. So it is said that this Swargaloka is a planet wherein you will be having unlimited enjoyment, right? Unlimited enjoyment. So it is said that every planetary systems has got its own level of enjoyment. The planet we are living is Earth. Correct? Any doubt about that? Nobody is answering that. So I was just thinking, like, are we living in Mars or Pluto or somewhere? Only Pitapar Prabhu was very confident saying that I am living on Earth. This guy Elon Musk is actually telling that, okay, very soon we will colonize Mars. That is his. That is a Janma Lakshyam. Janma Lakshyam means that is his.
ambition.
That's final goal. Anyways, we'll see how it happens. But every planet has got its own material conditions, a material comfort, so to speak, right? Here in this material planet, give me 3 happinesses, probably. 3, when I say, lack of a better word, pleasures. Tesla car,
nice
yes.
house to live,
Nice house to live.
variety of food.
Nice house means 4,000 square feet.
No, it's comfortable house.
Comfortable
In
house.
winter time you get heating.
Heating.
That's kind of a
So 3,500 is also okay. Yes.
and multicultural food.
Multicultural food. There you go. Right? I was waiting. Why he is not coming to the food?
First the roof, then the food.
Exactly. Right? So this is what our level. So multicultural means like probably we will be having a little bit of pizza, a little bit of lasagna, a little bit of Mediterranean food, and a little bit of sambar rice also, because too much pizza is not good.
Thepla and Dhokla.
Thepla and dokla, this thing, and then then you will get heated up. Then in order to subsidize that, you will just take a little bit of rasmalai with a dash of saffron, right? And then malpua. So that is our level of enjoyment, right? Everybody getting hungry? So that is also, we all have our level of enjoyment in here. And this is our level of enjoyment, right, Prabhu? We cannot get anything more than that. Probably you might get a little bit more, but that is where it is. Multiply this by 1,000 times. Multiply this by 100,000 times. That is a level of enjoyment we are talking about in the heavenly planets, right? We didn't mention about the sensual pleasure, which is the most maidhunam. Yen maidhunadi sukham hi tuchham. That is the most pleasurable thing in this material world, and everybody is after that. And it is said that that is again a million times more than there. If you take, like for example, if you have 2 shots of tequila, sorry, I'm actually deviating from the Bhagavad Gita class. 2 shots of tequila or 3 shots of tequila will actually keep you high, right? 5 shots of tequila, knockout, blackout basically, right? What about 10 shots of tequila?
Dead.
Emergency.
Off.
911.
No, bro, not even 911.
No.
No, that's the limit. Because our senses are only capable of taking so much. Same with any pleasure. If I give you 10 gulab jamun, Prabhu.
One time
If I give Prabhu, I know him. Sorry. If I give a person 1 gulab jamun, I will take it very nicely. Prabhu, 1 gulab jamun is not enough. No. Give me 1 more gulab jamun. Especially when you are hungry or when you are actually eaten so much of spicy food, you will craving for gulab jamun. Prabhu, 1 gulab jamun is injustice. You know the caption of Lays? Have you heard the caption of Lays? Lays chips? Anybody remembers the caption of Lays? No one can eat just one. Right? If you give a 1 Lays chips, that is the biggest injustice, the biggest crime you're doing to a person. Isn't that true? True or true? Absolutely true. So, same like, if you just give 1 gulab jamun to a person who is actually really craving for, who's got that craving for that sweet, then it's a justice. So, I will ask Prabhu 1 more gulab jamun. Here it is. So, problem with Pidambar Prabhu, if you ask for 1 gulab jamun, he will give you 3. Right? That's a problem. So, let's imagine that Pidambar Prabhu is serving you. So that you ask for 1 more gulab, already you had 1. He's asking for the second one, you already give you 3. Now, you end up eating 3 and total 4. Now 4 gulab jamuns, you will actually get a kick. Right? Now Pidambar Prabhu is actually going by, and then Ramesh Pandey Prabhu is actually tired, sitting like that. And Pidambar Prabhu is thinking like Ramesh Prabhu really want 1 more gulab jamun. So his 1 gulab jamun means 3. So he puts 3 more gulab jamuns. Ramesh Prabhu says like, no, I cannot eat. Oh, it's prasadam, you cannot waste it. Right? Now Ramesh Prabhu is actually eating how many gulab jamun? 7 gulab jamun. 7 gulab jamuns means he is sleeping now. Right? So that is the situation. We cannot eat anything more than our limit. So wherein in the higher planets, it is said that you can actually eat as much as possible. It is said that the pleasure you are experiencing is on the subtle level, not on the material body level. It is said that. In the Jaiva Dharma of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, there is a very detailed explanation of how the enjoyment is there. I didn't get a chance to go through that, but I just got some clippings of that. The enjoyment, when it is happening, in the mind, how many gulab jamuns you can eat, Prabhu?
I don't know, 3, 4.
In the mind.
In the mind.
Yeah. Unlimited, right? You already eaten 5,000 gulab jamuns already, I know that.
At least 50
50, yeah. So when the pleasure is happening in your subtle senses, you can enjoy more. It is said that there is ocean of liquor. How many of you heard about that, Prabhu? Prabhupada speaking in that. Anybody heard about that? Ocean of liquor? Yeah. Prabhupada mentioning that in the Bhagavatam. There is ocean of honey. Just imagine ocean of liquor. People will be going with a jar and will be staying on the shore only, right? The problem, the thing is, you will never get you will always remain high and you will never get blackout. Keep on drinking and be on high. That is a level of enjoyment there. And there is a garden called Nandana Garden. Nandana Garden. It is mentioned that in the heavenly planets. In the heavenly planets, if you just go there, beautiful girls will actually come. Beautiful apsaras and this, Prabhupada says the word society girls. This is the old, British English. in 70s, Prabhupada used, some of the Prabhupada's English is very nice, British English, society girls. They will actually come, and you can go and you can pick and choose whichever nice girls are, and then you can enjoy in the Nandana gardens, right? You can actually, and there, if you take a birth, you will straight away take a birth and become 16 years. There is no baby and there is no daycare and diapers and nothing is there. Is born. Sudarshan is thinking like, my God, what a nice thing. Right? Right? Sudarshan is thinking like, my God, what would have been what a nice thing it was, right? No diapers. Prabhu's life is completely on diapers nowadays. Diapers and baby food. A baby is born, straight away go to 16 years. And it stops there. It stops there. That means enjoyment at its peak. That is what we do. So it's inconceivable for us. Inconceivable for us. And this Shashwati Samaha, a longer period of time. Because it is said that according to Vedic cosmology, one day of their time of
6 months.
is 6 months here, right? That means our 1 year is there 2 days, right? That's what it is. Just imagine. So this time relativity is always there, even now. How many of you have seen the movie Interstellar? My God.
Again. Again.
Can you imagine, Prabhu?
All exalted devotees, no TV.
It's deteriorating, bro. No, you're watching too much.
Prabhu, this is Kali Yuga. See, in Kali Yuga, what happens? Towards the beginning of the Kali Yuga, people who are faulty will be on the other side, and the people who are very pure on this side. Now, people like this is Kali Yuga on the peak. That people which are faulty is on this side, and people who are pure on the other side. This is Kali Yuga. What else to say? In Interstellar movie, it's a nice movie. I don't recommend, but if you want, you can go. You can see. Just to understand how the Bhagavatam is actually really true. It is said that when you travel to the space and when you come back, your age will not reduce. It will be just like that. There is a story in.
I saw that movie.
Yeah. There's a story. How many of you heard about this Jagannath story, where King Indradyumna he went to Brahmaloka. Katwanka also. Indradyumna, right, Prabhu?
Revati's father.
He went to invite Brahmaloka to invite Brahma to inaugurate the Jagannath Mandir, right? So he just went to Brahmadeva. He spent 5 minutes there, and Brahmadeva said, "Okay, I'll come." And he came back after 5 minutes, almost his 5 or 10 generations are already passed by the time he came. So this time relativity is true, as a matter of fact. So we will say the 14 planetary systems. Prabhu, how can it be true? Right? How can it be true? There are 14 planetary systems. See, there is how many of you heard about Dr. Tyson? Not this Tyson. Not Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson. He is a scientist. He's a little crank scientist. He comes to all these talk shows and then he'll actually. But he says, if you take a glass of water from the ocean, and then you see that, there is no living entities in there. There is no fish. There is nothing in here. That means there is no living entity in the ocean. Right? Logic. So he says that so far, the scientists so far, we have only analyzed this much of our universe. This much. If you consider the ocean as the entire universe, when I say entire universe, don't think, there are different universes, right? Even it's completely beyond our imagination, right? If you consider the whole cosmos as the ocean, we have taken one glass of 6 ounces or something. And then we just think that, oh, nothing is there. No living entities. Nothing is there. So I am the only person. Or these are the only people there. This is scientists saying, right? How can we say that there is no planetary systems there? Right? How can you say that there is no living entities which are more sophisticated than us? Bhagavatam says that. Bhagavatam says that there are, moon. Prabhupada says that we have never been to moon. And we say that we have gone to moon. Now there is a contradiction, right? Bhagavatam says that the moon is away from sun. So now are we talking about the same moon? Right? This moon we talk about, this material moon, is not the same moon we are talking about here. Bhagavatam says that the moon is far away from sun. And moon is presided by the person called Soma. And there it's extremely pleasurable place. Right? Extremely pleasurable. There is Gandharvas and Kinnaras and so many people who are actually, there's always enjoyment there. Right? So we have to open our mind, Just like, we have only analyzed this much of ocean. This much of ocean. And we say that there is nothing. Tesla is our biggest achievement. Mobile phone is our greatest revolution in the humanity. Right? And our revolution ends here. You never know. There are highly advanced people. Just put our logic and think, Prabhus and Mataji. Just put our logic and think. The scientists themselves are saying we are just a 0.00000 10 raised to minus 10,000 is what we know about our world. The nearest galaxy? The nearest galaxy for us, our galaxy is Milky Way, correct? The nearest galaxy, the nearest sizable galaxy is Andromeda, something like that. What's that? Andromeda, yeah, something like that. That is almost like, almost like I might be wrong, 2,000 or 2 trillion light years. 2,000 or 2 trillion light years. Right?
What is a light year?
What is a light year? That means if you are traveling in the speed of a light. Now, what is the speed of a light? This is like a physics class, right? If you are actually traveling at a speed of almost 300,000 kilometers per second, 300,000 kilometers per second, if you're traveling, that's when you are traveling at a speed of what is the top speed you're traveling from?
150 if I'm high.
150 kilometers per thing, and then we are just traveling 150, and we are looking around and thinking that I am the king of the world. Right? But if you are actually traveling at the speed of the light, right, then you will take almost, let's say, 2 trillion years to reach our nearest galaxy. This is science saying, right? And how can we deny the fact that there are no living entities there? There are living entities. There could be living entities. I mean, we have not seen with our eyes. That doesn't mean that there is nothing there, right? There is living entities. So we just have to open our eyes, and Bhagavatams tell the truth. We wanted to completely put our faith in Bhagavatam, saying that, yes, it is possible, right? If we just go to, in this movie it is said that, they are going to a black hole, a planet near a black hole. It's called a Miller's planet or something like that. They go to this planet which is near to the black hole, and the black hole is the highest density or highest gravitational pull it is having. So Einstein's relativity theory says that if you are actually going into a place wherein there is a higher gravitational pull, the time slows down. Time slows down. So now if you are actually having, let's say now it is like 6:22, right? So it's almost like 48 minutes or something we started. The same thing which we actually look at that place, it will be like 40 seconds, right? So in that movie he said that it said that he lands into that planet. The moment he lands into that planet, he passes 7 seconds, and each 1.25 seconds is 1 year in this world, in this material world. 1.25 seconds there is 1 year. So when he comes back from here, he is the same age as he was before. He was 35 or 40 years. He was almost like 40, 41 years old when he comes back, and his younger daughter, she almost in the verge of death. So this is true. When you say Shashvatam means longer life, this is the principle behind that. So Bhagavatam is actually completely, purely based on the science, right? We cannot say that, what is the life of Brahma? Life of Brahma is what? 311 trillion years, right? 311 trillion years, is that even possible? Yes, it is possible. How can you understand? Do you know the housefly? You know the lifetime of a housefly?
24 hours.
Anybody know the lifetime of a housefly?
Like a day, sir.
1 day.
1 day. 1 day or 2 days, maybe 24 hours maximum, right, Prabhu? That's it. In these 2 days, he is getting born to a housefly father, housefly mother. He'll go to daycare. He'll go to nursery school. His father gets a job, promotion, get married, fight in the marriage. All these things are happening, right? Sometimes get divorced also, right? After that, they will come back. This guy goes to the college. After college, getting married. Obviously, love marriage. Then again, this guy get a job. He will get to old age and he will die. Everything happening in
24 hours.
And we look at this fly and say that it's unbelievable. And this fly look at me and say that this is unbelievable. How can it be possible? Right? Isn't that happening in this material world? When you extrapolate that same principle, we can also imagine like how these people are. So Bhagavatam tells that, it's extremely important. And Bhagavad Gita is extremely important that we put our faith in this one. All we need to widen our horizons, open our windows, and then see from that angle where you should understand. We will understand that, okay, it is true, it is there. Now the principle of this shloka is, when you are actually performing this devotion service, you may get a chance of falling down. Shurasya dhara nishida duratyaya durgam patati. There's a shloka in the Upanishads. Chura means shaving blade, razor. Churasya dhara means the edge of the wheel. Doing the devotional service or doing the yogic practice of keeping these 4 yama niyamas, principles, is just like, churasya dhara nishida duratyaya. Durgam patasya. Durgam patas means difficult to walk. Can you walk on the edge of a razor? Even if you walk, what is the problem? You will get badly cut, right? Durgam patati atra kavayo vadanti. Kavayo vadanti means intelligent person know that it's extremely difficult, right? So when we are actually doing devotional service, we sometimes get carried away by things. We sometimes will not be able to stick onto our principles, right? Sometimes we might get carried away by so many other things. Krishna is giving an assurance that even if you do a little bit, there is no chance of diminution. You will be awarded. Let's say we are actually having a Terry Fox run. Is that what is happening here, Prabhu? How many of you have gone for a Terry Fox run? Jai, Mataji is gone, right? So next time you have to tell the experience, okay, Mataji?
Yeah.
You have to.
Just around the school, Prabhu.
Huh?
Around the school with the kids.
Around the school with the kids. Oh, that is not good.
Yeah.
Very Fox.
Who?
She's gone here.
Who? Jai. See, our little friend, she has gone to Terry Fox. How many kilometers? 1 kilometer? 3 kilometers? Wonderful. Give her a big round of applause. See, when you start the marathon, right, everybody will be so much enthusiastic. enthusiastic. Have you seen people doing, exercise before marathon? They will do so much of exercise before marathon itself, they will get tired. Right? So much of enthusiasm and energy, and the real champion will be standing there, conserving and preserving the energy. Have you seen that? So we will be so much enthusiastic, so much energetic, and then we just start going for our marathon. Within 5 kilometers, no, 5K is easy, cakewalk, right? After 500 meters, just, huh? You need a cake. And that too cheesecake, right? In order to get the energy. After 500 meters, you feel something bad. Why? Because in your lifetime, you have not run for 500 meters. So now your legs started paining, your joints started getting aching, your body weight is now become doubled of no reason. Why? Because we are not used to that. So after that, somebody is actually giving us a soft drink or something. So very nice. I'll actually have a soft drink. So you'll have a soft drink. First draw soft drink. The problem is if you take a cold beverage while you're running, it will even slow you down. So after that, another soft drink. So you will just take that one. So by the time you reach 700 meters or 1 kilometer, what will happen? Then somebody will actually, see that you are just walking, and then somebody will offer a seat and you will sit there. This is this yogi who is not able to finish his run or his goal. So the people who are actually even not finishing, they will have consolation prize. Isn't that true?
Yes.
Right? There's a consolation prize. Right? I don't know. Terry Fox, did they give a prize? No, Terry Fox didn't give. They give a tattoo, right? See, that's a consolation prize. Right? Sometimes they will give a tattoo, sometimes they will give a medal, a certificate, or something like that. Here the consolation prize is this. What happened, he was actually trying to perform yoga, right? And then he got diverted. What was a diversion? Something like that. We know. How many of you know diversions? We all know only diversions, right, Prabhu?
Detour.
Detours only. We are experts in diversions. Distraction is alternative attraction. Is that true? So much distractions all around us. If you just sit and chant for 5 minutes, so much distractions are there. If you want to study something, so much distractions are there. If you want to do something, so much distractions are there. So apply that in our spiritual life. So much distractions are there. My family is not allowing. My job is not allowing. This thing is not allowing. Prabhu, I don't have time to chant. Right? That is the main thing which we hear from the devotees. Prabhu, I don't have time to chant. I have this thing from the morning, 5 o'clock onwards, this starts. This. That's the thing. So these are all diversions. These are distractions. So if a person who is not able to finish his goal, was not achieve the goal, is able to think, what was the problem? Prabhupada says in here, because of his diversions, Krishna will award that person. Why? Because he wanted to enjoy, and that was diversion for him. So Krishna will award as such a person that he will get a superior enjoyment. Even a little bit, swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahatu bhayat. A little bit of endeavor from your side, he will be awarded. You see the point here, and that is what Krishna, in the previous verse, Krishna is saying, Durgadim tadavicchati. Durgadim, there is no diminution, O Arjuna. What happens? This person will actually promote it. If a person who is not able to finish his journey, he will be promoted to the higher planets, where this kind of enjoyment he will be able to go through. And then what happens? After enjoyment, Kshine Punye Martya Lokam Vishanti. Right? Swarge Martya Lokam Vishalam. In the Swargam, you will actually go there, and then there Vishalam, there higher enjoyment happens. And then you have to come. You go to Bahamas and you take a hotel, right? You just work extra hours so that you have to go to Bahamas in summer. So now you have enough money. Maybe like how much time money do you need for maybe $1,000 for for the whole trip and everything? Maybe we get $1,000. They just pay $1,000 to the hotel and everything. They will take care of you. It's a 7-day package. So 7 day. After 7th day, 11 o'clock you will get a knock at the door. The same person who was welcoming with you with both the hands, now he is coming like, sir, ready to go. Chine punye Martyalogam Vishanti. After your 7 days package is done, can you say that I want to stay one more day? No, sir. You have to do punya. You have punya with you? No, I don't have punya. Get out. You see? Same thing. Just go there. Trine punya Martyalogam Vishanti. So this Shashwati Samaha, this longer period is also insignificant in front of the eternal time. You know? Then you will come back. So what happens when you come back? There also you will not get rejected. There also you will be getting into a higher position. What is a position? You will be born into a family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy. You will be either, taking birth into a family of Agarwal or a Sharma, basically. Am I right, Prabhu?
Yes.
Right? So, extremely rich person. He will be born as a son of a rich person. Or you will be born into a son of a great cultured Brahmin family. And there you will get opportunities to continue your spiritual journey. Now, the only thing we need to understand here is that there is no guarantee that this person will be able to pursue his spiritual journey. That is one thing in here. He will be rewarded profusely for doing a little bit, just running 500 meters. Compare 500 meters by 5 kilometers, right? It's just a fraction of the distance, right? Even for that, he's been profusely awarded. He has been taken to the Swargaloka. He has been enjoying there for years together. Then he will come down to this material world, given a birth in this great aristocratic family or a cultured Brahmin family. He will be given all the opportunities. But one thing stands between that and us. You know what is that? One thing stands between that and us. That is our independence, our free will. Unless and until we exercise our free will properly, we won't be able to pursue that, right? So that is what this sloka is talking about. In the next sloka is even beautiful. The next sloka is when Krishna is saying like a person who is actually fallen after a longer period of time. What happens to that person who has fallen after a longer period? That means a person who has ran 4.5 kilometers, right, Prabhu?
That's right.
What happens to that person? And that's what Krishna is still talking about. Next shloka. Hare Krishna. Did anybody understand what I was trying to say? Any questions? We'll take 2 questions and then we'll wrap up. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, you talked about Krishna while chasing Jayadratha
Hmm.
getting deviated from his goal.
Yeah. Deviated from the goal means?
Goal, like you were saying, he was trying to play with different
Arjuna.
type of Arjuna,
Yes.
right? And we know Arjuna that he's goal focused. We know that because he was eyeing the eye of the
Yes.
fish. So
Yes.
why there is so
Oh,
much of
no,
a
no. I was just
distinction?
saying it's not about the focus, Prabhu. It is a spirit. It's a Kshatriya spirit. Arjuna was, see, when the thing is like, Prabhu, when you are actually too much passionate about doing anything, you will forget the time factor. Is that true? Like for example, if you're actually, let's say, if you're a perfectionist, right? Let's say you are actually cleaning your car, right? Some people like me, lazy people, just somehow or other do this thing and make sure that the dirt and everything is gone and then done. Some people who are like very perfectionists, they will actually properly do that. Make sure that there is nicely, did the, washing, then you will, wipe it, and then you apply a polish also, and then you look around and, oh, this is something wrong, and then you apply it again, perfectionist. So he will never, what is that? He is very passionate about the thing, right? So I was not saying that he was lost of focus, I was saying he didn't thought about time is running. Krishna was looking at the watch, not Arjuna, because he was a fighter, and when he gets into the fight, he will forget that, okay, I have to reach there, because he gets into the fight and then he was keep on fighting, and all the people on the other side were just want to make sure that keep Arjuna keep on fighting. That's the thing. Any other questions? Yeah.
How can we remember Krishna at the time of death when we are suffering or like experiencing pain or we get a sudden accident or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
We witness too much of pain or something.
How can you remember Krishna when you are actually met with an accident?
Like too much of bodily pain.
Too much of bodily pain. So the thing is like, see, the spiritual practice is not an ordinary thing which we think about, right? It is that the spiritual chanting is actually to revive the soul. Accident is happening to your soul or your body? Body. When your soul is awakened by chanting the holy name, the soul is always, Ada Sri Krishna Namadi na bhaved grahyam indriyai sevol mukhehi jihvado swayam eva spuratyada. Spurati means you actually enliven or to empower, energize. Right? When you chant more, right? When you chant and make your soul active, even doesn't matter whatever is happening to your body, your soul will be empowered so that you will remember Krishna's.
Krishna says like at the time of death you have to remember me, then I come to you.
That remembrance is coming from Krishna, not from you. Right? Krishna says, what is the shloka?
Antakale ke mame.
No, remember us. Smritir mohanam cha. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto. Matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha. Right? From me comes the remembrance, not from you, right? So Krishna gives us a remembrance, right? So that we will be able to remember. But the thing is that don't think that, okay, I will be doing a little bit here and there and Krishna will know. Sincerity and dedication is required. And then Krishna will make sure that you will remember the chanting. One Mataji had Alzheimer's. What? Alzheimer's? Alzheimer's, right? Yeah. This Alzheimer's is a person's name. Do you know that? There are so many, hardcore diseases which is given the name of a person. Anyway, Alzheimer's. This disease, when Mataji got this disease, she forgot everything. She completely forgot everything. She forgot for her husband, forgot her son, he forgot everything. She even forgot how to eat the food also. One thing she was remembering, chanting. She was keep on chanting and keep on chanting and keep on chanting. One boy, another story. One boy in India, he went to the temple and then he was given the mala and then he was chanting very nicely. So then his father and mother thought this boy, if he's getting into this Hare Krishna movement, then his life is spoiled. His parents have this problem, right? What is the problem? I should not bring my kid. One person was going to the Bhagavatam Saptaham, right? And then he was asking wonderful lecture class by he was telling to the Acharya, wonderful class, amazing class. And this Acharya asked, what was it so amazing about? He said, I didn't understand a word, and that is why it is so amazing. Everything went above the head. And then I said, okay, why didn't you bring your son to your Bhagavatam class? No. If I bring my son, he will become a sannyasi. Right? So what is the message there? Because he is not understanding anything, he can simply come and sit. See, this is hypocrisy, right? We don't want our sons or daughters to practice Krishna consciousness or spirituality. Right? Because we think that, okay, if they get to spirituality, they will become sannyasi or this, whatever it is. Right? So same thing, the parents of this boy, what they did, that they actually took him to a psychiatrist. And then they were actually administering some medicines or injections so that he will forget whatever it is. Some kind of a treatment. So he forgot all this thing, he didn't chant, and he is completely into studies and everything. But then one day, he found his chanting bead at his home, somewhere in his almara, somewhere in his drawer or somewhere. The moment he saw that, immediately the chanting came to his mind. Immediately the chanting came to his mind. Right? So that's what chanting is something, it's very, very, very powerful. Very powerful. Mantra is very powerful. Very powerful. We should not take it very, casually. When we are sitting here and chanting, all these 50, 60 devotees are sitting together and chanting. The vibration is unbelievable. Unbelievable. It is straight away going to your soul. So chanting is very powerful. So we should keep on chanting. And when we are chanting sincerely, Even if your body has a problem, if you cannot remember, anta kalecha mameva smaran muktva kaleva. Right? Saprayadi samadbhavam. He will attain my abode. So it's very important. Does that help you?
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Grandharaj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Gaura Premanande. Hare Krishna.